There's a place where you can breathe, where the coast live oaks, California buckeyes, manzanita and bay take the waters that run high in the wet season, that recede underground when it's dry, and create a fine, still, undemanding space where even the rocks might have names, although you don't know them. Where is this place? It's the parking lot behind Carl's Jr. This is El Camino Real. For at least 10,000 years, this was a native landscape, a network of footpaths along which the natural features had names and identities, a central place in the societies that shaped the land. From 1769 to 1821, it was a colonial landscape, a wagon track between outposts along the Royal Road, Mission, Pueblo, Presidio, that carried European animals, grains, goods, but also smallpox and syphilis. In 1821, it lost its grand title and became again a network of dusty tracks, although fewer and fewer people along the way knew the names of things. After 1834, the mission started melting back into mud, and mission lands that might have been maintained as Indian lands became ranchos instead. And after 1846, rancho lands that might have remained in the hands of the Californios became the legal property of Yankee squatters, speculators, and lawyers instead. After 1869, train travel rendered the old roads irrelevant for a while. In 1906, Mrs. A.S.C. Forbes designed a bell and Franciscan walking stick to mark the old road and all the old outposts along the way. This was the beginning of the Mission Revival movement, the inauguration of a style that combined beauty and consciousness of the Mediterranean climate with a romanticization of California's Spanish past, conveniently forgetting both the Indian and Mexican past and present, which arguably shaped the California landscape in deeper and more lasting ways. The paving of El Camino, which began shortly after Mrs. Forbes's bells were installed, and coincided with the introduction of Ford's Model T, set the perfect stage for the golden age of the California car culture, an age when you didn't travel at breakneck speed in sealed, subwoofered, air-conditioned cabins, but cruised, with the windows down, to the static on the radio. And what might have been a bucolic, confected landscape of pseudo-missions became a cruiser's paradise instead. Storefronts hug the road, neon calls you home, and instead of wondering, where should I park, you wonder, where should I go? El Camino Real is a landscape that became what it is instead of what it might have been, and all of these insteads make up California's history. Now, with the development contemplated by the Grand Boulevard Initiative and California's high-speed rail project, which instead this dusty stretch of road becomes next, is pretty much up for grabs.